Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today in this video we will discuss grammar and its various types. So grammar, etymologically the term grammar goes back to Greek word grammatica, which may be translated as the art of writing. But for a long time this term has been used very closely to incorporate the whole study of language. So let us discuss the definition of grammar. Grammar, there are various definitions of grammar, varies from linguist to linguist. So grammar can be defined as the study of classes of words and their functions and relations in a sentence. And the second definition is a system of rules that defines the grammatical structure of a language. It is very much simple definition. And the third one is grammar is the set of rules which help us to understand language. And the last one is it is systematic study which provides us information and guidance necessary to learn a language. The science of grammar teaches us how a language is spoken and written correctly and effectively. So we can say that it is concerned with the formation and classification of words and sentences and their practical significance in daily life. So grammar is simply we can say that grammar is the systematic set of rules that are used for the speaking purpose of a language. Without grammar, the language should be meaningless. So there are various types of grammar. So let us discuss the main types of grammar. First of all is the descriptive grammar. This type of grammar refers to the structure of a language as it is actually used by the speaker and writers. This for example, I am older than her. So in actual usage we will speak this sentence, I am older than her. We will not speak the verb that will come after her in actual speaking and writing purpose. But on the other hand, let us see this same example in perspective grammar. First of all, let us see what is perspective grammar. This type of grammar refers to the structure of a language as certain people think it should be used. Both kinds of grammar are concerned with rules but in a different way. For example, let's see the same sentence as we had taken it in the previous example. I am older than she is older. In descriptive grammar we cannot use is older after she, but in perspective grammar we take under consideration that what will come after the specific word class. Next, let us move forward into the comparative grammar. It is very much simple type of grammar. Comparative grammar deals with the analysis and comparison of grammatical structures of related languages. Contemporary work in comparative grammar is concerned with a faculty of language that provides an explanatory basis for how a human being can acquire a first language. For example, comparative is the name for the grammar used when comparing two things. The two basic ways to compare are used as or then. For example, she is twice as old as her sister. So there is a comparison And in the next sentence, he is not as stupid as he looks. And in the third sentence, this computer is better than that one. Next one is generative grammar. It is a grammar or set of rules that indicates the structure and interpretation of sentences which native speakers of a language accept as belonging to the language. The basic areas of study includes phonology, the study of sound patterns of a language; morphology, the study of structure and meaning of words; syntax, the study of structure of sentences; and semantics, the study of linguistic meanings. So this type of grammar deals with this category. And the next one is performance grammar, a description of the syntax of English as it is actually used by speakers in dialogues. Performance grammar thus far centers attention on language production. This type of grammar is similar with that of the descriptive grammar, because in this type of grammar the grammar of the performance grammar of the actual speakers is noted, not not as compared to the in the perspective grammar. Performance grammar is simply related to the performance of the actual speakers of the language, how they use language in their daily conversation. And in this kind of language, slang language also comes, in ambiguity and irony also comes, and in this way a straightforward sentence can also have different meaning as the layman can understand it. So performance is the actual usage of language which the speakers of the native language speak in their daily conversation. Next type of grammar is traditional grammar. It is a grammar that has roots in Aristotle and Plato, and it is the collection of perspective rules and concepts about the structure of language that is commonly taught in schools. We say that traditional grammar is perspective because it focuses on the distinction between what some people do with language and what they are to do with it according to pre-established standard. The main characteristics of traditional grammar relate to usage, diction, style, and punctuation. Next is transformational generative grammar. Transformational generative grammar, a theory of grammar that accounts for constructions of a language by linguistic transformations and phrase structure. In transformational grammar, the term rule is used not for a percept set down by an external authority, but for a principle that is unconsciously yet regularly followed in production and interpretation of sentences. A rule is direction for formatting a sentence or a part of a sentence which has been internalized by the native speaker. For example, there is a simple sentence: he goes to college, and he went to college, he will go to college. So a simple straight positive sentence can be transformed into many other other senses by changing its different parts, like if we change is, are, am, was, were, we can transform this positive present simple tense into past tense or past continuous or present continuous. With whatever we want to change it can be transformed into any category. So this is transformational grammar. Next, let us talk about universal grammar. The system of categories, operations, and principles shared by all human languages and considered to be innate. Taken together, the linguistic principles of universal grammar constitute a theory of organization of the initial state of the mind or brain of the language learner. That is, a theory of the human faculty for language. This grammar deals that how at the beginning level how language is stored in the human brain and how it is interpreted and how it is executed. So it was Noam Chomsky who worked on it in 1960. The linguists became interested in a new theory about grammar or laws of language. The theory was popularized by an American linguist named Noam Chomsky, who often focused on the effortless language learning of young children. Chomsky did not believe that exposure to a language was enough for a young child to become efficient at understanding and producing a language. He believed that humans are born with an innate ability to learn languages. According to Chomsky's theory, the basic structures of language are already encoded in human brain at birth. This universal grammar theory suggests that every language has some of the same laws. For example, every language has a way to ask a question or make something negative. In addition, every language has a way to identify gender or show that something happened in the past or present. If the basic grammar laws are the same for all languages, a child needs only to follow the particular set of rules that his peers follow in order to understand and produce their native language. In other words, his environment determines which language he will use, but he is born with the tools to learn any language effectively. So this is generally called universal grammar that is applied on the all human beings when they are at their initial stage of learning a language. So at the end, thanks a lot and stay always blessed. Allah Hafiz.